So here we're looking at the BitNami Cloud Hosting user interface. This is the first thing that people see when they log in to use BitNami Cloud Hosting. They can see which, if any, servers they have running, the latest backups that they've made, and the estimated cost of running each of their cloud accounts per hour and month. Even though we only support Amazon at this point in time, a lot of our clients want to manage several Amazon accounts from one user interface, particularly if they're managing servers for several clients. So the first thing that we'll do is create a server. So I'm just going to click on the Create a Server button. I'm going to name this Barton2 in your honor.
Cool.
And then we just click to add applications. So say we want to launch Drupal and WordPress, for example. We can just click on those applications and then click on Advanced if we want to make any changes to the server specifications. So we can change our login and username. And then we can specify which cloud accounts we want to use, where we want to deploy the server, and whether we want a dynamic or a static IP address. Scrolling down a little further, you can see we have this really simple user interface that allows you to specify what type of server you'd like. And here you can see the server specifications. You'll see if we change it to 64 bits that we have other options available. Again, this is based on Amazon right now, so this is limited to what Amazon supports. We will be adding support for other operating systems, including Windows, shortly. I'm going to launch a small server for this demo, and then we can click Build and Launch. And what this is actually going to do is create an entirely new server on the fly with those two applications running on our Amazon account. While we're waiting on that, we have this other server that we launched earlier today, Barton1, and we can just click on Manage Server to see some other things that we can do using BitNami Cloud Hosting. So this gives us some basic information about the server. If we had made any backups, they would show here, and we could restore from a backup in one click. You can see that we've set a server schedule here. We wanted to schedule our backups. If we wanted to change this to hourly, we can just click here and click Save, and then we get complete incremental snapshots of our backups every hour. We can also schedule when we want the server to be running. You can see we have this running weekdays, basically during business hours. And to edit that, we just click on Edit and then select the days and hours that we want to be running our server. This will soon be extended to support not only turning the server on and off, but also resizing the server. So we can use a big server during peak times and then scale down to a smaller server during off-peak times to save costs. I'm going to close out of this. And then that'll take us back to the UI, and I'll just show you another couple things very quickly. One is monitoring. So BitNami Cloud Hosting provides some very basic monitoring data about our server. We can see the CPU utilization, memory, disk space, and whether or not our services are running. Very shortly, we'll be able to set up notifications around this monitoring data. So if we go over a certain CPU utilization, we'll be able to receive a notification and make the appropriate changes to make sure our server's running. Obviously, at some point, that'll be extended further to allow you to write some rules around managing the server. Just a couple of other things quickly. We can resize the machine in one click. So if all of a sudden our server is at capacity, we can just click that we want to move to a bigger server, click Resize, and it will automatically handle that for us. We will have a couple of minutes of downtime during that time, but it's very minimal. And I think that about wraps it up. It will take a couple minutes to resize this, or to launch this server that we launched at the beginning of the demo, since it is creating a totally new server, and I'm not sure that we have time for that during our demo. But in the next couple of minutes, you would see that this server would be up and running, and we'd be ready to run into it. So you can see here it's still building. And if I click on the DNS, I believe, oh, it is available already.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah. So we can click on Access My Applications. Oh, see, there we go. It's not up yet. In a couple of minutes, our server page would be here, and we'd be able to log in. So this page is up, but the servers aren't completely done installing. But it really does just take a couple of minutes to launch any of the BitNami applications onto the Amazon cloud. And that's what we're trying to do, provide the easiest way to deploy and manage apps in the cloud.
Excellent. Erica Brescia.
Thanks for the time, Bart.
Thank you.